Struggling to paint those pesky thin white lines? Let me help you. We're going to be working with primarily gouache, which is what I normally use. I feel like it gives a more opaque white. But I'm going to use a watercolour as well, because I don't see why you can't get a nice white line with regular watercolour. I think that pans is where a lot of people are going wrong. I think that tubes are, you can get a much more thicker consistency. So here is my incredibly messy paint tray. Let's try gouache. Give your brush a good wake up, but kick the excess off because we don't need it too wet. Now, what you're trying to get is the consistency kind of single cream. So I'm creating my little puddle next to the paint here. You can see that that is reasonably thick. Okay? And you can get a nice point on your brush by spinning it, twisting it, and pulling it back. And then that will give you a nice amount of paint on your brush. Then I always test my paint. There you go. And then that very lightly on the paper creates my little whiskers. See them here. It's a slightly drier paint. You could add a little bit more water if you want. See, you can then get some thicker whiskers. Now we can try with a watercolor. A bit of a side-by-side comparison. Again, you're working with a nice blob of paint there. Bringing a wet brush to create that little puddle next to the paint. Again, looking for that consistency of single cream. You want to go thicker than you think you need to do. I'm adding a little bit more paint into that mix to really thicken that up. You can see there, I get a really nice line. If your paint has too much water in it, it's not going to dry white. This is an example of a watery line. So you can see that is the nice, slightly drier line with a thicker consistency. This is the watery line. I went quite watery on the mix. I can show you here. This isn't a watery, pale watery mix. This is a thicker, creamier consistency. And that will give you, if in doubt, just go back and get more paint on your brush. You can get those nice white lines. Hope that helps.